Okay, here are the answers for Thursday's starters, wrapping up the week. All right, we've got 3/5 is equal to C plus 1/4. And we're going to circle our variable and we're going to split the equation. The opposite of adding 1/4 is subtracting 1/4. So we're going to do that on both sides of the equation. Just split it a little bit longer. And then we've got a problem where we have 3/5 and 1/4. And to be able to subtract, we have to get a common denominator. So we're looking for the least common multiple between 5 and 4. So down here, I'm going to write my 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm going to write my 4s, and what we're looking for, and I skip counted by 5s, and then we're going to skip count by 4s, and what I'm looking for is a number that's in both of my rows. So 4 is not, 8 is not, 12 is not, 16 is not, but 20 is. So we've got a 20 here and we've got a 20 there. So our common denominator is going to be 20ths. So we have to come here and we've got 3/5 minus 1/4. And our common denominator is 20ths. Because in order to subtract, we have to have the same denominator. Then we look at 5, and 5 times what is 20? And if you come down here, it's 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. So whatever you multiply the denominator by, you also have to multiply the numerator by. 3 times 4 is 12. And then on the bottom, we've got 4 times 5, and that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So times 5 on the numerator, and 1 times 5 is 5. So now we've got 12 20ths, which is equivalent to 3/5. That's the same number, just written in a different way, minus 5 20ths. 5 20ths is the same as 1/4. It's just written with a different way. And then we subtract. So we have 12 minus 5 is 7. And then the denominator stays the same. So we've got 7 20ths is equal to C. To check it, we're going to do 7 20ths plus 1/4, which we said was 5 20ths. And that equals 12 20ths, which is equal to that 3/5. So that is the correct answer. C is equal to 7 20ths. And some of you might have wanted to rewrite that so that it was the other way around, and you could have done that to do C plus 1/4 and make that equal to 3/5. And you still do the same thing. You circle and you're still subtracting the 1/4. It's just some of you don't like the equals sign there. All right, then we've got number 11, or number 2. So we're trying to figure out what D is. We're going to split that equation. The opposite of subtracting 2 1/8 is adding 2 1/8. We've got 5 3/4, and we're trying to add to that 2 1/8. You've got to have a common denominator for your 4 and your 8. So start my 4s, skip count by 4, 8, 12, 16. When I skip count by 8s, I have 8, and that's going to be my common denominator because it's the least common multiple. My 2 1/8 is already in eighths, so I just need to change my 5 3/4 so that it will be in eighths. So we're keeping our eighths here. 4 times 2 is going to give me 8 here, so I have to multiply times 2 here, and 3 times 2 is 6. Now that I have a common denominator, I can do 6/8 plus 1/8. 6 plus 1 is 7. The 8th stays the same, and then I can't forget to add my whole numbers, so 5 plus 2 is 7. So we've got D is equal to 7 and 7/8, and then these two things canceled each other out. I forgot to say that over here, but these two things cancel each other out too. Leaves you with just the D. And then 7 and 7/8 minus 2 and 1/8 is going to equal 7 minus 2 is 5. 7/8 minus 1/8 is 6/8. And we said that that 6/8 was the same as 3/4, so 5 3/4. So this is the correct answer. And then the last one, the second book in your favorite series has 9 more chapters than the first book in the series. The second book has 38 chapters. How many chapters does the first book have? So the second book, I'm going to call S, has 9 more chapters than the first. So S is equal to 9 plus the first. And what we want to know is how many chapters does the first book have? So it says the second book has 38 chapters. So second book is 38 chapters, and that equals 9 plus the first. So if I'm trying to figure out how many are in the first, I split that equation. I subtract 9. 9 minus 9 leaves me with just the first book. And 38 minus 9, if we had 38, well, we'll just do 18 minus 9 is 9. And 2 minus nothing is 2, 29. If we would have subtracted 10, we would have been to 28 is what I was going to say, but we only subtracted 9. So the first book has 29 chapters, and then the second book in your favorite series has 9 more chapters than the first. So if this is the first, then 29 plus 9 gives you 38, which is the second book. So correct answer